so like, how was your entire PhD experience at CSIR? Was it great? Because see, I'll tell you, there is a lot of criticism or complaints that we hear from, like with regard to
Yeah,
doing PhD in India.
yeah,
Nobody really, I mean, most of the people do their masters and they fly away to US or
sure,
some other country
sure,
to do their PhD. But you didn't
sure,
do that. You were not
sure.
a part of that
Yeah,
line.
yeah. So with regards to my PhD, there were good things and there were bad things. Okay. One thing that you have to note is a PhD, doing a successful PhD is always like a house of cards. Okay. So many pieces have to fall in place together for you to do a successful PhD, and it starts with your supervisor. That's where I lucked out. I had a really good supervisor in Professor Rajneesh Kumar, and that's the he's where I got introduced to gas hydrates as well. So I lucked out in that aspect. I had a really good four and a half years working with him, but that's where the good stuff stops. Okay. um, you always face difficulties with regards to infrastructure, with regards to the equipment that you need, with regards to so let's say you have to run an experiment for 48 hours, but what you have all the time is power cuts. How are you supposed to run your experiment, right? And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So these things, there were a lot of issues with the PhD. Of course, not getting paid is going to always dampen your morale, and that was the case. We had to really protest quite vociferously to get our stipend increased from 16 and 18,000 to 25 and 28,000. So when I ended as a senior research fellow, the stipend was 28,000. But ठीक I mean, I would say that I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it because again, it really helped me gain a lot of perspective, and I got introduced to this subject that I have gone on to do quite well in. So I wouldn't change my experience, but given a choice, yeah, had I been given a choice at that time, probably I wouldn't have gone for it.
Okay, okay, that's really interesting to, I mean, a very interesting perspective to hear. So, like, when was your first research? What was the first research paper that you wrote, and when
Yeah.
was it?
So, well, the first ever research work that I did was in 2011 when I was doing an internship of 2 months during our summer break. But okay, that's neither here nor there. During my PhD, the first work that I did was on carbon dioxide sequestration, and as you guys know, that's a carbon capture and carbon sequestration is a big deal right now. So
Mm.
we were trying to basically form gas hydrates of carbon dioxide and trying to trap it in under the sea or in depleted reservoirs where you have sort of sediment available and you can actually form gas CO2 and keep it stored for longer periods of time. So we were working with sand, silica sand, and silica sand actually has a very low porosity. So you need the water to form hydrates. Oh well, I think we should actually go back to. Okay, I'll finish this off. So
Yeah, we will come. Yeah,
you need
go
water
on.
to form hydrates, and it has a very low porosity. So one of my more ingenious ideas where I thought, okay, let's see what has more porosity, and I came up with pumice stone,
Okay.
and this was in consultation with my dad, who's actually also a scientist. He's been a scientist for what 40 years now. So I came up with pumice stone, which has a very high porosity, and that's the basic idea. And then you start looking into it. And when you have to write a research paper or when you have to do a research work, you need to see how can I make a viable story, right? How can I present a concept that is going to be viable to the industry, and how can I make a viable story? So based on that idea, I started researching, and I figured out that in a lot of places around the world, you have underwater volcanic explosions. And when you have volcanic explosions, what you get is volcanic ash, and the
Okay.
volcanic ash actually behaves just like pumice stone. So, so the ash, you have volcanic explosions, the ash forms, and then it gets cooled. And when it gets cooled, it quenches, and it has these huge pores inside. So
Hmm.
it's a very lightweight material, and it has big pores. So I figured that there's a lot of places in India, in the Andaman Sea, of the northern
Hmm.
coast of Australia, near Indonesia, there where you have a lot of siliceous deposits that have been deposited due to underwater explosions, and these are
Mm-hmm.
actually as big as islands now. So
Okay.
so what you can do is try to use these sort of deposits that are just lying there,
Mm-hmm.
try to sequestrate CO2 inside them by forming hydrates. So that was the idea. I went out, I bought some pumice stone. I crushed it, and then I formed CO2 hydrate inside it. So this thing actually has how much is it? As a 3 times or 4 times higher porosity as compared to silica sand. And,
Okay.
and we were able to get some really good results, and the paper got published in this journal called ACS Sustainable Chemistry and Engineering. So it was a really nice
Wow.
paper. So that was
Wow.
my first ever work that I did.
Hi, this is Tanir. We hope that you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Please do feel free to let us know your thoughts, your ideas on the same in the comment section. If you enjoyed our video, please do like and share it as much as possible. And of course, please do subscribe to Orgasm. Thank you.